Greetings and blessings, butterflies. Welcome back. I'm Themis Diamore, and I'm here with your Fragments Before Flight reading for whenever this message finds you, it was meant for you. Here at the Fragments Before Flight readings, we explore the emotional triggers, the patterns, and the behaviors that may show up for us while we move along our paths, and they sometimes create restrictions and blockages for us. So we explore these triggers and patterns of behavior with the intention of finding ways to transmute these, surrender, or embrace them for our highest good. Um, Today we have the energy from the Shadow Work deck. We have the energy of unworthy, which is think deeply and ask yourself why you are not worthy of the situation in hand. And the card that we have along with this is feminine energy, which is all about gentleness. This is about nurturing and mothering. So immediately when I'm looking at these two energies together, I'm feeling like this is a call for us to reparent ourselves. Any feelings of unworthiness. That's first let's talk about unworthiness. Any feelings of being unworthy, that's a core wound. That's an inner story that you may repeat and tell yourself in your head, over and over again. It's those stories of I'm not enough, or that I'm not deserving. And those things are never true. So with this energy showing up, this is spirit saying that you do deserve it. You have not failed. You are not too much. This is our invitation to integrate where that voice came from in the beginning. And to realize and recognize how it still runs the show of our lives. Because we first have to ask ourselves things like, where did this feeling, this inner voice that we have within us of unworthiness, where did it even come from? Where did we start believing that we didn't deserve love? When did we start believing that we were failures? Who told us, or what made us think that we were too much? Did that start in your childhood? Did that come from being rejected in somehow, some way? It's possible it could have came from you comparing yourself to others. Or this may just be, a stereotype or a cultural narrative that you may have just lived under. But I also want to talk about this feminine energy. This energy of gentleness and nurturing and mothering. This energy here is the medicine for how we get past any feelings of unworthiness that we have been holding on to, for all the, however long we've been holding on to, however long we've been feeling it. This is how we move past this. This is how we heal those feelings. It's by mothering them, being nurturing, being gentle to them, paying attention to those feelings. Because feminine energy is all about softness. This is about being present. This energy of the feminine energy, is emotional bonding. It's a safe space for you to bond with your emotions. So where you may feel like you're not enough, where you may feel like you don't deserve something, or where you may feel like you're failed, or whatever the case may be, my collective, you're being invited to speak nicer to yourself about what you've been through, what you've done and what you've been through. You're being invited to be present with how you feel and with your experiences that you may be going through or have been through. You're being asked to be present with them, to not push them away, to really love on them, to give yourself the love that you felt like that you was lacking for the reasons why you may have gotten numb or shut down or got into a negative headspace. Because This feminine energy here isn't here in this, showed up here in this energy, in this reading. It's not here for us to silence our voice aggressively, like the masculine energy would probably call for, discipline and, taking, authority. This is energy that's here for us to sit with. As I said, this is energy for us to hold close to our hearts. This is energy for us to reparent. This is energy for us to make a safe space for. When we reparenting, we're making a safe space for us to feel those things, embrace them, and surrender them because they're no longer good for us. We embrace the things that, made us feel the way we felt. We embrace the lessons that they were meant to teach us. That's why we're embracing it, because we know it was meant to teach us something. If we felt those feelings, we know that we went through it because it was intended to teach us that we can't put our self-worth in someone else or compare it to someone else, or allow it to be wounded and destroyed by someone else. When we embrace that that's what it was meant to teach us, we can transmute that negative energy in something much more positive. It's something that works for us. It's something that affirms that we have survived. Thank you, Spirit, for the clarification, for the confirmation. For affirming that we have survived and made it through. And then in the end, we can surrender that energy because we've learned from it. And we've gained clarity from it. And we're moving forward beyond it. So it's a perfect place to surrender it, my beautiful collective. Now, I want us all to remember that those unworthy feelings, they often put us in a place where they kept us small. And sometimes, it did protect us. It served its purpose to protect us from risk. But now we're being asked to reclaim that energy. We're being encouraged to understand that feminine energy doesn't equal us being passive. Because feminine energy is steady, it's nurturing, and it is wise in its boundaries. When we reparent, that truly includes us saying no. So this is not about, you just being, soft and yes to everything. Reparenting means that you set boundaries. You sometimes you have to say no. This is not all about the cuddling and the smiles and the, and the love and hugs. This is about boundary setting too, in a gentle way, in a way that allows you to reparent the wounds that you already have, the wounds that already exist in you. In closing, I want us to understand that the tenderness that we are stepping into, this is our training ground. This is where strength grows from a heart that's been tended to. And that's a beautiful thing. I want to leave us all with an affirmation, something that we could use to affirm this journey, something that we could use to bring ourselves back to center, something that we can have to keep in mind and battle off those negative thoughts that sometimes we may catch ourselves having. And this affirmation is, worthiness is my birthright. I practice receiving it. So my collective, make sure you check out the messages on the screen. Try some of the journal prompts. Try the journal prompt that I have on the screen here for you. Please make sure that maybe you try to do the ritual of sitting quiet with yourself and, doing breathing exercises, because I always stand behind that breath work to bring yourself back to center and to keep yourself focused. As always, you all have a blessed, love, and faithful rest of your day.